Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to talk to you today about learning English. I know many of you want to speak English fluently, and trust me, it's totally possible. Learning English is not just about speaking another language, it's about opening new doors, meeting new people, and discovering new opportunities. The best part is, you don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to take that first step, and I'm here to guide you. Let's make learning English fun and easy. Ready? Let's dive in. Step 1. Build your vocabulary. Think of learning English like visiting a big library. There are so many books, and it can feel overwhelming. But you don't need to read them all at once. Start with a few words each day. Begin with simple words like happy, good, water, and food. These are your building blocks. Try to learn 5 to 10 new words every day. And don't just memorize them, use them in sentences. For example, you can say, I feel happy today, or I love drinking water. This way, you're not only learning words, but also using them in your everyday life. Here are a few examples to make it easier. Happy. I feel happy today. She looks happy with her new dress. Good. This movie is good. I had a good time at the park. Water. I'm thirsty. Can I have some water? I drink water every morning. Food. I love food from different countries. What food do you want to eat for dinner? These examples show how you can use simple words and phrases in real-life situations. You can also learn simple phrases like where are you from, or what do you like to do. These phrases will help you when talking to others. Don't worry about making mistakes. Just like babies learn to talk without thinking about grammar, you can do the same. Start with easy words, and grammar will come later. Step 2. Practice listening and speaking. Next, let's talk about listening and speaking. Imagine learning to play a musical instrument. You can read the notes and watch tutorials, but you won't truly get better until you start playing and practicing. The same goes for English. While reading and writing are important, listening and speaking are the real keys to success. Start by listening to English shows, music, or podcasts. If you enjoy stories, try watching shows like Sesame Street or Bluey. These shows use simple, easy-to-understand English, and you can pick up useful phrases and vocabulary while enjoying the content. You can also listen to podcasts or audio lessons that are designed for beginners, helping you hear how words sound in real-life conversations. When you hear someone say a sentence, pause and repeat it. For example, if you hear I am cooking dinner, say it out loud too. I am cooking dinner. This helps you practice pronunciation and sentence rhythm. You can also talk to yourself. It might feel a little funny, but it's a great way to practice. For example, I'm going for a walk or I'm writing a letter. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become. Step 3. Practice every day. Learning English is like growing a plant. It takes time and care, and you need to nurture it every day. Set up a daily routine. In the morning, start with learning a few new words or phrases. In the afternoon, watch an English video or listen to a podcast to improve your listening skills. In the evening, practice speaking or writing about your day. For example, you can talk about your plans for tomorrow or write about what you did today. Don't forget to review your progress regularly. This will help you track your growth and stay motivated on your language journey. By practicing every day, you'll see improvement quickly. Another great tip is to start thinking in English. Instead of translating from your language, try to think directly in English. When you wake up, think, I am getting up now, or what should I do today? Over time, it will become easier, and you'll start thinking and speaking in English without needing to translate. Step 4. Surround yourself with English. Imagine living in a place where everything around you is in English. The signs, the books, the conversations. That's what immersion is. Even if you don't live in an English-speaking country, you can create this experience. Change the language on your phone to English. When you use it, you'll see English everywhere, from notifications to apps, and even in your settings. You can also follow social media accounts that post in English or watch English movies and shows with subtitles. This will help you hear and see English in many different ways throughout the day, making it feel like a natural part of your routine. You can also watch movies, read books, or follow English speakers online. Another fun way to learn is by labeling things around your house in English. For example, write table, chair, or light switch on pieces of paper and stick them on the right objects. Every time you see the word, say it out loud. It's a fun way to learn new vocabulary. For example, you can say, I put my books on the table, or the chair is in the living room. You could also say, I need to turn off the light switch before I leave. This will help you connect everyday items with their English names. Step 5. Writing and journaling. Imagine you're sitting in your favorite chair at home, sipping a warm cup of coffee, and writing a letter to your future self in English. You're not worried about making mistakes. You're just letting your thoughts flow onto the paper. Writing is one of the best ways to improve your English, because it helps you organize your ideas and naturally pick up grammar. Start by keeping a simple journal. At the end of each day, write about your day. For example, today was peaceful. I went for a walk in the park and enjoyed the fresh air. Later, I read a chapter from my favorite book. You can also write about your dreams or plans for the future. Don't worry if your sentences are not perfect. Just focus on getting your thoughts out. As you continue writing, your sentences will improve, and you'll start using more complex vocabulary. You can also write short stories. Think about simple things, like a fun day at the park or a trip to your favorite restaurant. Let your creativity flow. For example, it was a chilly morning. I went for a walk in the park with my sister. The trees looked beautiful, and the air was crisp and fresh. You can also write about places you dream of visiting or events you want to experience. These small exercises will help improve your writing skills and make it fun. If you're ready to challenge yourself, try sending messages or emails in English to your friends or coworkers. Even if they don't speak English perfectly, ask them to reply with short sentences. The more you practice, the easier it will get, and soon you'll feel more confident in your writing. Lastly, try using idioms in your writing. For example, instead of saying I studied a lot today, you could say, I hit the books hard today. Using idioms will not only expand your vocabulary, but also make your writing sound more interesting. It can also make your conversations feel more natural, and you'll sound more like a native speaker. Step 6. Learn grammar naturally. Now, let's talk about grammar. It's like the foundation of a house. Without it, nothing makes sense. But the good news is that you don't need to memorize complicated grammar rules. You can learn grammar naturally through examples and practice. For example, let's look at tenses. When you talk about something you do regularly, you say, I eat breakfast at 8 a.m. Present tense. But if you're talking about yesterday, you'd say, I ate breakfast at 8 a.m. Past tense. It's a small change, but it's important for correct grammar. Here's another example for the future tense. Next week, I will visit my grandmother. You can also use future tense for plans, like, I will go to the gym tomorrow. Additionally, when you talk about something that has already been completed in the past, you can use past perfect, like, I had finished my work before I went to the store. By practicing these small changes, you'll start to feel more confident with grammar. These little adjustments will make grammar feel more natural in your daily conversations. Step 7. Improve pronunciation step by step. Pronunciation is like learning to swim. At first, it might feel awkward, but with regular practice, it becomes much easier and more natural. To improve your pronunciation, start by listening closely to how native speakers say words. Pay attention to each word's sound, and notice how they stress certain syllables. Listening is the first step, because it gives you a clear understanding of how words should be pronounced. Next, repeat what you hear. Speak slowly and clearly, focusing on the correct sounds of the words, not how they are spelled. If you find a word difficult to pronounce, break it down into smaller parts and practice each part separately. For example, break down the word pronunciation into pronunciation and practice each part until it feels natural. This method will help you avoid feeling overwhelmed and improve your overall accuracy. Also, pay attention to the rhythm of English. Some words or parts of a sentence are stressed, meaning they are spoken louder or for a longer time. This helps your speech sound more natural and easier to understand. For instance, in the sentence I will go to the store tomorrow, the word store might be stressed more than the rest of the sentence. Mastering this rhythm is key to sounding fluent. Lastly, practice every day. Speak out loud, record yourself, and compare your speech to that of native speakers. Don't worry about making mistakes. Every time you practice, you'll get better. It takes time, but with each step, your pronunciation will improve. The more consistent you are, the more confident you will feel when speaking. Try speaking in front of a mirror to observe how your mouth moves when you pronounce words. This will help you with mouth positioning and make speaking easier. You can also practice with a language partner or a teacher to get feedback on how to improve. The more you listen, repeat, and practice, the closer you'll get to sounding like a native speaker. Stay patient, keep practicing, and enjoy the process of learning. Final step: keep practicing. Learning English is a journey, and it takes time, but don't give up. The key to success is consistency. Practice a little bit each day, and you'll see improvements over time. It's not about being perfect from the start, it's about getting better every day. Celebrate even the small wins. For example, if you learned a new word, used a new phrase in a conversation, or understood a song in English, that's a huge achievement. Remember, making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process. Don't be afraid of them. They help you grow. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn and do better next time. Keep practicing, whether it's reading, writing, speaking, or listening. Stay patient with yourself and acknowledge your progress, no matter how small it may seem. Try setting a goal to speak English for a few minutes every day. For instance, you could talk to yourself about your day, describe what you see around you, or even record yourself reading a short story. Over time, this will help build your confidence. Also, remember to surround yourself with English as much as possible. Watch movies, read books, listen to music, or follow social media accounts in English. In the end, consistency is the key. The more you practice, the more fluent and confident you'll become. Keep practicing every day, and soon you'll speak English with ease and confidence. You've got this. Keep going.